Hello. April 5th, Thursday. Figured I'd finally get on here. I haven't vlogged in a couple days. Really had nothing to share that was anything worthy of vlogging for, but I want to talk about caregiving for the dementia again. I'm going to share a little story that happened with me and my mom, and how all my rules went out the door, out the window within seconds. So I go over to her house, her apartment, which is clearly not her apartment in her mind you. So nothing in there is hers. I don't know it's not her place. Anyways, I go to her apartment and see that indeed the aide had come and offered her dinner where she had told me no, and I don't know why I listen to anything she says, because she has no idea what's going on. But because when I pulled her up on the camera, I couldn't see any evidence of dinner out on her table or on the counter, so I went over there. Shouldn't have. But the argument ensues that that wasn't her dinner. That was lunch from the lady across the hall. And no, it was your dinner. You had something else for lunch. The aide left a note for me that she gave you this for lunch, and it goes back and forth. And instead of just letting it go, I snapped. I didn't snap just yet. What snapped me was she gets Glucerna, those little cartons of Glucerna delivered every Monday, enough for the week, so probably a case. And they were sitting in the bag still on the floor near her front door, or her only door. And so I picked them up to put them in the refrigerator, and of course she starts arguing with me. What do you do? Don't touch those. Those aren't mine. I need to deliver them to the woman across the hall. And I go, your name is right on this bag. These are yours. Stop talking. I've got to put them in the refrigerator so they can start getting chilled. She's in my face. She's got her walker right in that kitchen. She's in my face. Stop it. They're not mine. I pay for them. I order them. No, you don't, Mom. So here comes the arguing. I start arguing with, no, you don't. I pay for them. I ordered them. Stop talking. I'm putting them in your refrigerator. All my rules out the door. Then she continues with, they're the ladies across the hall. She made me dinner. I fly the door open and said, get over there and ask her yourself. She marches her rear end right across the hall, knocks on her door, says to the woman, did you or did you not make me dinner tonight? And the woman says, no. And she goes, I can't hear you. What did you say? And she says, no. She said, I don't understand that. Did you make me dinner? And she goes, no, Donna Joe, I did not make you dinner. Are you ready for this? You better hold on tight. She turns around, turns her little walk around with the most angry, spiteful face she could have and says, I told you she didn't make me dinner. See? I told you. And I'm like, wait a minute. Am I crazy? Oh my God, she's making me crazy. I go, get in this apartment. Just get in the apartment. I'm done with you. I lost my temper. Have I mentioned I have no coping skills? Oh, I have? Yeah, because I have no coping skills. And when it comes to crazy, I'm already crazy. I don't need to be dunked in more crazy. It was bad. All my rules. I should have just said, okay, well, if this is the dinner you had, your lunch, then I guess you went without dinner, and you'll go without dinner unless you'd like me to make something new for you. And she would say no. And then I'd say, and if these are hers, she can pick them up, but they need to be refrigerated. I can't leave them on the floor. That's what I should have said, but I didn't. Note to self, don't argue with her. Do not argue with her, Lainey. She is out of her mind. I had 2 calls last night. It wasn't argumentative this time. She was in a different frame of mind. She was scared and sad and actually said, I'm not clear. will you please clear this up for me? She thought she had her coat. I pulled her up on the camera. She had her coat and shoes on. She was going somewhere. She said, I hope you can find me. I'm in apartment 2, and I need for you to find me. And she goes, I pressed Lainey and I got you. So for the first couple minutes, I don't think she knew who I was. Because she goes, I pressed Lainey, and that's, on the phone, and I got you. And I'm like, because I am Lainey. I must have been on the phone with her 20 minutes this is like from 6 to 6:30, explaining to her that she's going to stay where she is, that maybe tomorrow we'll take her somewhere else, but right now she had to stay there tonight because there was a windstorm and I couldn't get out, so I used all my skills. And then, the aide will be there at 7 o'clock. Well, then we went around and around and around about the aide and her name, and she's having trouble reading now because she has, the aide schedules, the days, the times, and the names. And she could not, and I blocked them all in different colors, Monday, Tuesday, blocked them all off in different colors. I'd say, look for Wednesday. Look at down. Wednesday's got 4 things, 7 o'clock p.m. She, for the life of her, could not get that through her head. But I just kept pursuing. Her name is Tammy. She's going to be there in a half an hour, 7 o'clock. She's going to be there to help you get in your pajamas, and she can get you a bowl of ice cream. She's going to get, and I said it over. And what's her name? I can't read this. What's his? Yep. It's my life. My sister, God bless her soul, she's coming up on the 12th. Pray for me because I have mentioned many times I can't handle house guests. I can't handle my own family being around me, and she is my family, but to have a house guest here, I'm going to up my content. I'm going to have to because I'll be tearing at my skin. She's feeling so guilty, We should have never moved her. We should have never sold our house and moved to, away to the Cape. And I'm like, Sharon, you didn't know it was going to happen. Mom could be alive for another 10 years. God help me. Yeah, but you're so sick and she's tearing you down. And I go, there's nothing we can do about it. There is not a thing we can do about it. We can't move her again. I'm here alone. I have to do what I have to do. Bad. Bad. Morning anxiety. Maybe somebody suggested, my girlfriend suggested that I take the Klonopin as soon as I wake up. So if I wake up at 4 o'clock and I'm anxious, take the Klonopin right then, because that's when I need it the most. Why am I waiting till 7 a.m.? So I might try that. And also, absolutely, I'm going to have to updose. Not every day, but I will have to updose, especially when my sister's here. Tomorrow I have to go. My granddaughter, who is only in pre-K, they're having Meet the Author Day. I guess the little children made little books. And, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, all welcome. Well, no one can go. My daughter can't take the morning off to go over to that. And, because she's taken off so much time with the kids being sick and herself being sick. So my husband and I are going and she's like, you don't have to go, Mom. It's not a big deal. She's in pre-K. And I said, yeah, but I don't want her to be the only kid there without somebody there for her. That would make me very sad. So 9 a.m., my husband and I have to be at my daughter's pre-K, granddaughter's pre-K. And then I'm planning on taking grandchild number 3, Preston, on Saturday for our date. So it's just bang, bang, bang. So I'm going to experiment with the Klonopin over the weekend and see if it gives me more relief in the mornings, because that's when I need it. I need it in the mornings. You have to do what you have to do to function. I have to function. I cannot continue living like this. If I was in a wheelchair hooked up to a ventilator, it would be different, but I'm not, and I've got to function. And I'm never going to be well. I don't believe that I'm ever going to be 100% well ever again. I believe whatever has infiltrated in my brain has made, set up home and is going to hang out there for the rest of my life. I just have to try to minimize its impact on my brain. Being that with the LDN, increasing it this weekend, she's increasing it by 0.5, so I'm going from 1 milligram to 1.5 milligrams by Saturday or Sunday. Doesn't matter. And then we'll go right from there after 2 weeks to 2 milligrams. She said to just listen and watch and see how you're doing. You might not have to increase after that. You might have to come back down. All depending. My girlfriend and I, the same one who suggested to take the Klonopin earlier in the morning, Julie, had mentioned that she could tell, because I said, do you think that my foggy brain, goofy, stroke, gonna pass out head has gotten better? And she said, oh yeah, definitely. You were like that every single day. You were constantly complaining about, being foggy and couldn't concentrate in your head, feeling like you're gonna pass out. And she goes, now it's only occasional. I mean, it's every week, but it's not all day, every day. So that's an improvement. So my NP is very encouraged and very hopeful that she said today, I really believe that this LDN is going to help you immensely. Those were her words. Once I'm done with the bottles of the olive leaf and the oregano oil, which from the look of it looks like I have another couple weeks at least on those, then she said, you're taking a holiday from them. I want you to recalibrate your brain and your body, so we come off of those for a while, and then we'll regroup and decide where we go from there. So Sunday I go back on it, those 2 supplements for 2 weeks, and I think then I'll be out of them. I'll have to count them and see. So that's my update. Anything else? I went on the treadmill this morning, doing some laundry, gonna vacuum in a little while. And the weather, it snowed last night. We had quite the windstorm yesterday. People were losing their power. Praise God, we didn't lose our power. And no damage, because we have no trees fell down or limbs hit our house. So we were protected, thank God. But it's like winter outside. It's 20, maybe 22 degrees. Feels like 16. Ridiculous. Welcome spring. I'm gonna get some lunch now. So I made this point before and I'll make again. For me, I want to take things slowly and add just, I don't keep bopping all over the place. Add this, try this, go there, try that, stick this in, put that out. Oh, no. I'm going to stick with the LDN, stay with it. I gave the antibiotics 4 months. And the reason I gave up on the antibiotics was because I was diarrheaing. I could not do it. My stomach was, you can't have diarrhea. That's a big red flag. Or else I would have stuck with the antibiotics for longer. But as long as the LDN is not giving me any ill effects that I'm aware of, I'm going to stay with that and not add other stuff. Sorry, some of you guys love, are into try this, try that. And I know you're desperate. We're all desperate, believe me. But for me, I can't do that. I have to stay focused on one thing, and that's using the infrared sauna, walking every single day, Epsom salt baths, LDN, my supplements, dry brushing. Those are the things that I'm sticking with for now. So back to being a caregiver of a dementia patient. No family member should do it. Totally don't think family members should ever do it. It's too hard. And you absolutely should not be doing it when you're chronically ill. That's an absolute no, but what did we know? And stick by the rules. Because you cannot, when they get to this point in their dementia, you cannot make them understand. Their brain refuses to understand. You are wrong and they are right. And that is the end of it. You are wrong and they are right. She putting on her coat, putting on her shoes. She thinks she's going somewhere. She thinks somebody's coming to get her or she's going to get her car. She constantly thinks she's going to get her car from the garage. I just tell her the garage called and said it's not done yet. And then she forgets about it. You have to just, that's nice. That's the nice thing. She has 2 magazines on her table. They're brand new every single day. They're brand new magazines every day. She doesn't remember ever seeing those magazines before. But I have to start finding some other things to do, like washcloths. I think that I will leave a basket of washcloths out for her to fold. And then when she folds them, I will mess them all up again and leave another basket and say, this is another basket of washcloths. And just tell her some nonsense. You're folding washcloths for the building. She doesn't know. That's what we used to do in the hospital as a nurse. When we had altered mental case patients, that was the elderly who had dementia or were having problems. And a family, and we, honest to God, this happened. Honest to God. And family members wanted to go somewhere for the day or for a weekend or for a week. I don't know if I mentioned this on my other blogs. They would drop their loved one off at the ER and leave them there. So they didn't have to take care of them, so they could go take a vacation. So we would have to babysit because we didn't have anywhere to put them. And they clearly were altered in their mental status. So we'd sit them in a chair. Sometimes we had to put chair alarms on them, a little tag that if they moved to try to get off the chair, the alarm would go off, or, never, very, very rarely did you ever have to restrain a patient. And that was only under doctor's orders. But we'd put them in the hallway because they would drive their roommates out of their minds and hand them piles of washcloths. And they'd sit there and fold washcloths all day long. So that's why I thought I'd do that with my mom, give her something to do. So sad. So, I talked about dementia. I talked about my Klonopin, that I feel like I'm going to need to have to increase it to function, especially when my sister's here. She's very sweet. I'll even bring my own food. I'll bring a cooler of food. I'm like, stop it. Just tell me the things you like and we'll get those. I can get your food. But I don't want you to wait on me. I don't want you to even feel like you have to entertain me in any way. You just go about your business. I'm there to go over and visit with Mom, and that's it. And use your extra bedroom to sleep. And I'm like, okay, but like I said before, really? So she's going to come down here and I'm going to pretend she's not here? No. So pray for me, because this is stressing me out. It's completely stressing me out. That and my mother, and being sick. Constantly being sick. Every single day. So I will check in with you later. By the way, that sound you hear in the background, that's always my dryer. We use, they're called the Eco Egg. I think HSN sells them. Eco Egg dryer eggs. And we use the Eco Egg that has for our wash. So you hear the boom, 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 because the eggs are fluffing up my clothes in the dryer. Just FYI. Okay. I'll check in with you later. I do have to go over to my mother's later on to deliver more medications that have been delivered here. Maybe I'll take you with me and you can see my mom. Bye-bye. Hi, I'm back. I vacuumed, swept, care of some laundry. I've got the doggy's bed in the washer now. Bought a new one because we only had one doggy bed and they fought over it. Although they sleep in our bed at night, but during the day they like this little doggy bed that I keep in the closet. Well, do you think either one of them wants to sleep in the new one? No. No, they like the old decrepit one. So I'm washing the old one and leaving and putting the new one where the old one was and hoping that they'll start using it. Anyways, my head, doing all that movement, I'm starting to get a headache. Just watched Jen's vlog, and boy, yeah, we share that head thing for sure. We share it. And I hate that more than anything. I hate the head symptom. I'll take pain. I've said it over and over again over this head symptom because it just makes you feel like you're gonna die. But as I said earlier, I do believe that LDN has lightened it up some. I didn't mention that Monday? Yeah, Monday. My husband and I, he picked me up and my husband and I, try again, Lainey, start over. Take two. Went to, I don't know if you guys have one of these where you live. It's called the Christmas Tree Shop, and it's open year round and it sells everything, but at Christmas time it's really Christmas time stuff. But anyways, we went there and bought, because we needed new cushions for our patio furniture. And let me tell you something. Try going into a store that's bright and billions of people in and scanning up and down the rows of different cushions and the patterns and the colors and the sizes and the holy moly. Thank God for shopping carts and my husband's arm. And then we were going to buy a new umbrella, but where our patio is, the sun sets by 3 o'clock. The sun is set so down, it's blaring onto our patio, and that little umbrella doesn't, you can tilt it, it just doesn't give us enough shade. So we're going to invest in a gazebo, one of those canopy gazebos. But at one point I was looking at the umbrellas, and Sid even said, he goes, I saw you look up and all of a sudden, do one of those and grab the thing. And I said, yeah, it feels like somebody's shaking the room. That's how I can describe it. It feels like somebody's shaking the whole room, and I can't get my balance. That's how it will happen sometimes with me. Looking up and down and, doing the laundry, bending over to get the laundry because I have front loader, washer and dryer, so bending down and pulling it out and standing up and pulling it. That movement and looking makes me woozy and wacky. Any looking up and down, actually moving my head at all. But it is not as bad as it's been in the past. Like right now, I'm definitely getting a headache. Why? I don't know. I also want to give a shout out to Icy Hot. Icy Hot is my new best friend. That stuff, I rub it on my neck, and within just minutes, my neck feels so much better. And I've tried heat, I've tried Motrin, I've tried other things. But let me tell you, Icy Hot, it's lidocaine. That lidocaine, could be addicted to that. I want to rub it all over my body. Rub it on my head too. So I'm getting it's a tension headache because it hurts to press on either side. It's just from tension, tightening up my neck and everything. So just thought I'd pop in and say those couple things. I don't know. Trying to get things done. I don't know. It's not like I have a full day tomorrow, because tomorrow going to my granddaughter's, it's just in the morning. Although I fear she will ask to come home with us. being in pre-K, she can, we most certainly could take her home with us, but that would mean I would have her all on Friday and then Preston on Saturday. And am I just trying to torture myself? So I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Be crocheting soon. Listen to my radio broadcast that I like to listen to this guy. He actually makes me laugh, and I don't laugh much anymore. It's hard to make me laugh. If I laugh, it's got to be pretty darn funny. I watched 2 movies in the last couple days. I don't watch TV at all during the day, at all. But I was so bored, Amazon Prime, you can get movies for free, so I watched Mother's Day with Jennifer Aniston. It made me laugh giggle. I won't say laugh. Made me giggle a couple times. And then Daddy's Home with Will Ferrell, and can't think of the other guy's name. It made me giggle a couple times, giggle. But at least it's better than crying, right? Anything's better than crying. I don't know if I mentioned that my girlfriend is finally home. She came home yesterday. She'd been in the hospital for a week. It started with a stomach virus, but they didn't know what was causing it. It ended up, they're pretty sure she just had a really bad stomach virus. But the stomach virus threw her into AFib. She has AFib and takes medication for it, but never has it. She'll have an episode of AFib and then go months and months without one. Well, she just kept going in and out of AFib, and that's why they kept her for a week. But she's home now, praise God, and seems to be doing better now. They changed her medication. And the weird thing about it, and I don't know if she's watching or not, she knows who I'm talking. I'm talking about her, is that for me to be in the hospital would be agonizing and anxiety provoking. And I don't think I could sleep. I couldn't rest. And I'm a nurse. I worked in a hospital. I felt very comfortable working in a hospital, but I don't want to be a patient. I haven't been a patient in a hospital since I gave birth to my son, and that was 26 years ago. Okay? I've not been a patient in a hospital. She's been a patient in a hospital many, many times, several serious surgeries, including the fact that she had a heart attack a year ago in March, and they had to put a stent put in. She actually feels more comfortable in a hospital. Weird? How weird is that? She feels safe and less. She has GAD, severe GAD, and depression, and her symptoms are less when she's in the hospital. So now she's home and she'll probably be feeling like crap again. Crappier, I don't know. I just find that odd. Most people do not like or feel comfortable being in a hospital, and she does. I don't even know why I mentioned that. Anyway. I just want to say, Jen, I feel your pain. You know I do. You don't have to try to describe it, because when I've tried to describe my head symptom to people, they get this glazed look like, holy cow, what is she talking about? And my girlfriend we were talking, another thing is that the nature store here locally is having a big seminar this weekend, Saturday, with a lot of speakers about all different things. And my son-in-law and daughter and husband are going, and of course you gotta come. And I'm like, yeah, because they don't understand what it would take for me to be able to go to something like that all day long, sit in different rooms to listen to somebody talking and try to absorb it and not have the spacey wacko deco head. They don't understand, and I I said to my girlfriend, I go, and I don't want them to understand, because in order for them to understand, they'd have to experience it. And I pray every day, please, Lord, put a hedge of protection around my loved ones, my children, my grandchildren, my husband, my loved ones, that they never, ever experience even a smidgen of what I'm going through. Because this is hell. This is torture, this head symptom. It is torture. And you cannot describe it well enough for somebody who is not experiencing it to understand. So, but Jen, I got it. I know it. That's how you and I hooked up, because you had written something on Slice of Lime, and I was like, hey, whoa. She's got my symptom. And not many of us have this. Not many of us have it to this degree, to this severity. I know 3. Julie, Jen, and myself. Other people will say, well, yeah, I get a little dizzy, and I have this, and I'm like, no. You don't understand. It's not, I'm a little dizzy. No, it's like you're having a flippin' seizure in your brain. You're like, it's like somebody drugged you up, or you're really drunk without the fun of the drunk. That's how it is. And that doesn't even describe it well enough. But I'm going off on a tangent. So I'll check in with you later. Bye-bye. Thought I'd pop in really quick while I'm driving, which is not a good thing to do. Ran to the store, picked up some stuff for myself and for my mom, and now I'm on my way to my mom's. Figured I'd grab a couple things that she needs before I go over there, so let's do it this weekend. But what can I add to that other than I'm driving? I'm not great in the head, but I'm not bad enough that I can't drive. So, with that being said, that's something to be, I guess, happy about, that I can still drive. And pretty often I drive, almost daily. Actually, it is daily. I drive, even if it's just to my mother's. So I gotta change hands. Oh, that hurts my hand worse. So that's it, the deal. Got out of the house finally. I vacuumed and I mopped. Oh God, my wood floors need help. I've mentioned it before. I'm using Bona wood cleaner, and it's just not doing the trick. It needs something stronger. I'm gonna have to go to these Home Depot or Lowe's or one of those places and say, what do you got? My wood floors are relatively new. They're only a couple years old. They're not old floors, and they're getting this film all over them. Anyways, where did I go with that one? But I did try to clean the wood floors again today, and did the vacuuming, did the laundry. So I did a lot. And when I get done doing this little trip to my mother's, I'll be getting in my bed to do a little crocheting, listen to the last hour or so of my program that I like to listen to on the radio, and get something to eat, and that will be my day, so I can wake up tomorrow and start all this crap all over again. Yeah. I hate my mornings. I hate them. I dread the morning, because nothing I do I wake up different. I wake up horrid. So, thanks for, maybe, I don't know. I might pop in one more time and let you know how the visit with my mother went, because it's always an adventure. Never know, and it's right around dinner time, so I don't know if the aid's already gotten there or not. So I'll talk to you in a little while, or maybe not. Bye-bye. I just leaving my mom's. walked into a war zone. As I was walking in, the aide was walking out, and she didn't see me. This aide, my mother does not like, and the aide doesn't like her. So I gotta talk to the agency tomorrow. According to my mom, and I know my moms can be very rude and mean, so the aide probably has just had enough of her. She had come in, grabbed a frozen meal out of the freezer, stuck it in the microwave, you know, tapped her foot until it got done, and then stuck a fork in it and kind of put it in for my mother. Now, what was being said while that was happening that made the aide get angry, I don't know. I know my mother is very upset and doesn't want to see her and wouldn't eat the food that she had made. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say. There's certain aides that my mother just is rubbing the wrong way. And believe me, I understand that. But you're paid to do a job, and you're only there sometimes for 15, 20 minutes at most. Do your job, grin and freaking bear it. Because that's what you're trained to do. Grin and bear it and do your job. As a nurse, I had to take a lot of crap as a nurse. And I'd go out to the nurses' station and whine and piss and moan to the other nurses, but in their face, I'd be like, and under my breath, I'm like, I want to put a knot in your IV. So she started crying, and I want out of this, and the whole, I hate this, you don't understand, and so my groceries are probably completely thawed in my trunk. And of course I get there, because I never can keep up with what the freak she needs, and the aide's like, she needs eggs, and she needs this, and I'm like, I got everything but the stuff that's on her list. The woman goes through a case of toilet paper in a week and a half. No lie. Toilet paper. I'm like, wait a minute, toilet paper? I just bought 12 rolls. How do you go through? So it's like I never can keep up with what I need to get her from the store. Ugh. So, I don't know. Maybe Sid will, after we go to my granddaughter's event tomorrow morning, we can stop and get the couple things she needs. But I need to just go home and eat and, oh God, and take a handful of Klonopin. My neck is killing me again for whatever reason. Probably because I'm tensed up. So I'm going to sign off now because I'm home and I don't want to vlog anymore. I want to just chill and not think about anything. So that was my day. Hope it was entertaining for you. Hold on, I gotta pull into the garage. Lord willing, we'll be back at it again another time. Bye-bye.